Gentlemen, look up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's the Einstein on Wall Street from the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. He's sealing the floor, episode 9,875 of What the Heck's Going On? Holy cow, ladies and gentlemen, we finally are ending up a little bit, you know what, as shallow as it is, today is a down day. Some of it was some earnings coming out of the banks that were a little less than positive. We closed out today down 300 on the Dow, down 50 on the S&P, 1.2 billion on the tape, 3-to-1 declines versus advances, VIX up 4, so that's significant, right? Up 4 points is actually almost 15%, so that's showing that there is starting to be fear in the marketplace. This closure of the government is really extending way farther than anybody would have wanted it to, no matter what their agenda may have been. Bank earnings coming out that are a little less than quality, so the market is whimpering here and it's wavering and it's not really sure, but it's one day. We have not been able to sustain any kind of a pullback for more than a moment. These pullbacks and sell-offs and consolidations have been incredibly minimal, incredibly shallow. So I would say, look, I think this is sort of healthy. A little bit of a pullback is super healthy. What's most important is how we look towards the future. We've got a lot on the tape. We're coming into mid-October, so we're going to have a Fed meeting coming in probably next week, right? We need to know about the government information. We need to know about economic data to make that decision. That is starting to eke away at the confidence in the market and the consumer confidence, right? Facebook came out the other day that sort of measures the temperature of the consumer and the banks, and that was a little weaker than expected. So that's where we are today. Look, midday, every day, we're getting some kind of a tweet coming out of the White House that's showing about the aggressive narrative coming in and out between China and the U.S. Another thing that sort of fractures it, sort of cracks the egg in a big way. But anyway, the most important thing of all that happened today was Wall Street Global Trading Academy. David Green, my teacher, my mentor, my friend. We just launched our new website. It is groundbreaking. Forget about it. One of the best out there, and futures trading, ladies and gentlemen, like nowhere ever before. We have launched a new futures trading course. David Green, Kevin, Ken, and the team at Wall Street Global Trading Academy, WSGTA.com. There's a link in the bio. It's a new website and a new futures course. It is 9 hours of absolutely impeccable educational skills taught to you in the most simple fashion possible, talking about trading, talking about Apex, talking about futures, talking about technical analysis, talking about risk management, anything you need. In the futures trading space, we've got it. We are the best at what we do. So ladies and gentlemen, I beg you to go check the link in the bio. That's the most important thing that is coming out of today. It's all I got to say about that. Go check it out. Link in the bio. I love you all. Boom. Bash. Going on. Shit.